The stone that become a mountain. We are nearing the end of the liturgical year, and the Church wisely turns our gaze toward the final, great questions of history and destiny. Today, we are given a breathtaking lesson in history and future prophecy about the ultimate fate of all earthly power. The first reading recounts Daniel's interpretation of King Nebuchadnezzar's dream. The king saw a magnificent, terrifying statue made of 4 metals: gold, silver, bronze, and iron clay, symbolizing the succession of great world empires. The statue represented all human power, strength, and glory. But then came the climax. A stone, cut out by no human hand, struck the statue at its weakest point, the feet of iron and clay, and smashed the entire structure to dust. The stone then became a great mountain and filled the whole earth. The interpretation is clear. The statue represents all temporary human kingdoms, no matter how glorious, gold, or strong, iron. They are fragile, mortal, and destined to crumble. The stone is the kingdom of God, set up by the hand of God, indestructible and destined to fill the whole earth forever. This incredible vision grounds the urgency of the gospel, where Jesus is faced with a similar fixation on earthly magnificence. His disciples admire the temple with its beautiful stones and offerings. Jesus responds with a shattering prophecy. The days will come when there shall not be left here one stone upon another that will not be thrown down. The disciples naturally focus on the details. When will this be, and what will be the sign? Jesus gives them a blunt answer that cuts across 2,000 years of history. He tells them not to chase the signs. He warns them against false prophets and tells them not to be terrified when they hear of wars, tumults, earthquakes, and famines. Why should we not be terrified by these signs of global collapse? Because we know the interpretation of the dream. We know that every earthly structure, no matter how strong or secure it seems, is made of fragile clay and iron. The crumbling of the statue, the destruction of the temple, and the turmoil of history are not signs of God's failure, but proof that God's plan is unfolding. When we see the kingdoms of the world, whether political, financial, or cultural, shaken and dividing like the feet of iron and clay, we are not meant to panic or cling to the wreckage. We are meant to rejoice because we know that the only kingdom that matters, the one initiated by the stone, Christ the King, is the only one that will endure. Our true task is not to predict the next tremor, but to build our lives on the unshakable stone. We are called to live, not with the anxiety of those clinging to the fading gold of the statue, but with the confidence of those who already belong to the eternal mountain.